Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video here to recap Week 17's matchup against the Buffalo Bills. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So now that we got that out of the way, let's jump right into today's disaster. Yes, the New York Jets won a 13-6 matchup against a team of all backups, but it was an ugly win for the second week in a row, ruining the Jets' draft position. So let's just go through, talk about what happened in the game first, and then I will talk about just why I was kind of grossed out by today's game. So starting this game off, Jets get the ball first. Buffalo wins the toss. They defer to the second half. So the Jets actually move the ball a little bit down the field. Le'Veon Bell looks pretty good, and they're moving it. They have Robbie Anderson involved slightly. Then Crowder has a big drive on this possession. They get to third and short at about the 40-yard line in Buffalo territory. So third and short, they run a wildcat play for essentially no gain. Weird, but nonetheless, I'm like, okay, go for it at this point. Why are you going to kick a 50-yard field goal in the pouring rain? They attempt to kick a 50-yard field goal in the pouring rain with a very bad kicker, and it would go wide. No good. So the Jets come away with no points after their first drive, one of Adam Gase's first of many mistakes today. Josh Allen did start this game for Buffalo, even though he only played 2 possessions. They would go 3 and out. The Jets would get the ball back. They can't get much going either. They punt it back to Buffalo. Buffalo again goes 3 and out, pulls the starters after that. On the next Jets drive, Darnold is picked off. He was not able to be turnover free today. He tried to throw to Jamison Crowder. It got tipped, batted up in the air, and it ended up being picked off. Borderline defensive pass interference, but still a throw that Sam Darnold should not be making, and he gets picked off, his first mistake of the day. Barkley comes in for Josh Allen. On the first play, he fumbles, or so we thought. After review, they ruled it an incomplete pass. I'm not exactly sure how they switched it from a fumble to an incomplete pass. It looked like it was completely coming out, but nonetheless, it was ruled incomplete. They remained possession with the ball. Next Jets drive, they're actually moving the ball a little bit. A couple of mistakes, though, from Sam. He missed a wide open Brown in the end zone. I mean, wide open. He rolled to his left. He throws it, and again, it was too short. And that was after Sam Darnold got bailed out from the Bills defense. It looked like he was going to throw another interception, but there was a penalty. He didn't have his best game. There's no denying that. It was a bad weather game, and there were some injuries. I understand that, but the Jets' offense was not good at all today. So the Jets would settle for 3, and then Buffalo would get the ball back, and Buffalo did Matt Barkley-like things. When he's your quarterback, these things tend to happen. So Burgess intercepts Barkley. Jets are set up with great field position. Again, they're moving the ball, and unfortunately, the Jets offense was not able to get in the end zone, really put this game away. They settle for a chip shot field goal. No good. Ficken misses it again. He is 1 for 3 in the first half, and they go into halftime 3-0. Grotesque. In the second half, it looks like the Bills are going to start moving the ball a little bit, and then Jordan Jenkins comes, gets a strip sack, and the New York Jets are able to recover the ball. But again, the offense is really struggling. And something that's weird, I'm going to skip ahead slightly and loop back to it in the end. Le'Veon Bell was not used at all. He didn't get his first touch in the second half until 5 minutes left in the game. How that makes any sense? I don't quite know, but they went away from him. They were using Powell, which I like, but again, you got to get Le'Veon involved in the passing game a little bit too. It was very much Jamison Crowder heavy, and not a whole lot else. The Bills finally do something on offense their next possession. They're able to get a field goal, so 3-3 late in the third at this point. This time the Jets are moving the ball. They get a nice drive, probably their best drive of the game. They get it within the red zone due to a really nice play of Vincent Smith end around. So this was actually one of Gase's better plays. I will give him credit for this one. This was an interesting play design here, and it gets him right inside the 1-yard line, and then Sam is able to hit Jamison Crowder for the touchdown. Jets go up 10-3 at this point in the game. A couple of drives stall for the Bills and the Jets. Again, no one's really moving in the pouring rain. It's a defense-heavy game. And then Matt Barkley throws another interception, this time Arthur Mollett, who wasn't playing all that great today. He gets an interception, and the Jets are set up in pretty good field position. Jets settle for a field goal, 13-3. Buffalo gets the ball now, and they are starting to slowly put together a nice drive. They get a couple of big chunk plays. The Jets kind of went into a little bit of prevent, bend but don't break, something they've done all year long. They would hold Buffalo to a field goal. They hit it, 13-6. They attempt an onside kick. Don't get it. Jets take a knee and win and improve air quotes, to 7-9. Sam Darnold would finish 23 of 36 for 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. A very game from Sam Darnold. He missed a lot of open guys. He wasn't very accurate at all with a wet football. I would have liked to see him play a little bit better, especially against the Bills' backup defenders. But nonetheless, I mean, what can you really expect? We've seen all year long from Adam Gase's offense. They just weren't good enough. Sam finishes with 3,024 yards, 19 passing touchdowns, 13 interceptions in 13 games this year. That's a 16-game pace of 3,721 yards, 23 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. A pretty okay season. It's not phenomenal. 3,700 yards, that's pretty good. I will sign up for that. I'd like a little bit more on the touchdowns, a little bit less on the interceptions, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. It's not the second-year leap that I was hoping for, but that 16-game pace isn't awful from a 22-year-old quarterback. I will hand up agree with that. This is what bothered me with the last couple of weeks. Their last 2 wins when they went from 5-9 to 7-9. Is if you are going to win meaningless football games down the stretch, show me positive signs and positive growth. Their offense hasn't done anything. They've been brutally bad all year long with Sam healthy and without Sam. So in 9 of their 16 games, in more than half the season, the New York Jets scored 1 offensive touchdown or less 9 times. That's crazy. The reason why they're 7-9 is because of Greg Williams. Don't let any other narrative be spun. Adam Gase is not the reason for this team turning it around and going 6-2 down the stretch. They beat up on the Giants, the Redskins, and the Raiders. They went 2-4 in the division. They had an awful record against AFC teams. They went 4-8 against the AFC this year. It was not a good year. I know I picked them to go 8-8 before the year, and I thought they'd win probably between 7 and 9 games. So they hit that. The low end of it, but they hit that despite their injuries and all that stuff. But Adam Gase did not show me enough this year in order to say, okay, I believe he's the guy to develop my 22-year-old quarterback. I haven't seen it. Defensively, Greg Williams proved me wrong. I will hand up. I thought Greg Williams was going to be a little bit overrated. I thought they would have a poor defense and a average offense. Well, no, they had an above-average defense and the worst offense in the league. Worst offense, 32nd in the league in DVOA. I don't know. I'm not too happy with how this season's gone. I'm sure you're probably frustrated as well. And the Jets are going to pick 13th. As of right now, as of what we're recording, with all the games that have finished, the New York Jets are picking 13th at the NFL draft. Could change, but as of now, 13th. Gross. Nonetheless, let me know in the comments what you think, or get at me on social media. Get at me, vent, whatever you got to do. Or subscribe if you're new here. Definitely check it out for more Jets content. The season might be coming to an end, but we're only just getting started on this channel. A lot of Jets content coming at you. Thank you so much for tuning in and following along with me all season long. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll talk to you next time.